It's been a very long time since I decided to do this. Granted, I'm not a reviewer anymore, so I don't really review things as much as I want to. It's just that this chapter has made me so very upset. I don't think I can be quiet anymore. It's the fact that, I mean, maybe I should keep on reviewing this until the series ends. Although that probably still will be 5 years, so nah, who knows? But yeah, Angry and offended despair reviewer, although as I just said, I don't review things anymore. I mean, I tend to only review Eden Zero, but even that has died out lately. So yeah, calling myself a reviewer is probably the wrong thing. But here I'm giving my thoughts on the One Piece chapter 1056. I haven't reviewed One Piece in a long time. Does that mean I stopped reading it? No, I just decided to get tired of reviewing it. Again, I haven't gotten the energy to review things since I burned out. So why does this chapter upset me? Well, on so many levels. First of all, once again, Oda throws Carrot's character out. Second, how many people look down on Carrot? Them making Yamato maybe the new Straw Hat? And Kid having a poneglyph. Oh. Either way, the chapter begins with the fact that Raizo and Shinobu actually got the dried husks, which I actually didn't know that Shinobu got dried up. But Kinemon wasn't part of that thing because he was with Tsuru, who has suffered some burn marks after the burning of the town, but is still alive and they're now gonna live together. We then get to the part which a bit upset me, is the fact that Karoto has been named the successor to the Duke and the Master. The fact that, in a way, that almost sounds a little bit forced, but as I said before, I strongly believe that Uda actually hates Carrot's character. People feel like she's underdeveloped. She is not underdeveloped at all! It is Uda who hates her and has made her sidelined. She has so much potential, but then he threw it all away by making her lose to Pedro's Pero, and not performing too much in the whole Cake Island after all. She is not flat at all. She had so much potential, but Uda decided to just throw her away because he hates her! That is the truth of everything. So why is it so strange to making her the ruler? Because she's technically the youngest of them all, 15 years old. I mean, Master Cat Viper basically says it because she has seen the outside world, so she has no knowledge. In a way, that is true, but it also feels a little bit forced because, I mean, is that your only reason? Granted, Cat Viper and Duke Inuarashi, they probably also were meant to be rule, and they were kind of young. It's not exactly stated. Were they 20 when they became kings? Well, granted, that's older than Karoto, but it's still is there. So I feel the only reason why Oda made this is because he hates her character and just needed to have her do something. And the fact that she even herself lampshades there are other people stronger, but they said they will just help her protect the country, and one that will support her because she has inherited Pedro's will. And here is the thing. She has inherited Pedro's will, but come on, Oda! Pedro's will was not just to defend Zou. It was to go out in the sea and see the dawn of the world. Everything was set up for Karoto to join the Straw Hats, and everything was to make sure that she would see the dawn of the world. And now you just decided to dump that on a bad character like Yamato? Oh, it's such an upset. Of course, then, Sukiyaki has revealed himself to Momo and Hiyori, and he will luckily pass on all his knowledge to Momo, which is good. All the scabbards deduced his identity, except of course Kinemon, who once again has that shocking face of it all. Elsewhere, the Straw Hats finally learn some knowledge from Robin, saying that Pluton is here. And Shinobu appears now actually looking young and attractive again, even though she's old because the dried husks dread up everything else. She has taken on Tama as the ninjutsu apprentice. And she's not joining the Straw as a cabin girl, even though a lot of people felt like that should have happened. I, for one, didn't think that should have happened. because they're going into extremely dangerous territory now. They can't have any apprentices on things like that. And Karuto made more sense because she can fight even if she's underdeveloped. The fact that Luffy says that you learn some ninjutsu and then you can join basically just opens the door. But that is only because Luffy loves ninjutsu. And unfortunately Karibo, that annoying piece of slime, has unfortunately heard from the Straw Hats that Pluton is in Wano. First to hear about Shirahoshi, who is Poseidon, and now he has heard about this. I hate when that happens because that just throws even more despair into these chapters. He still mentioned that person, and we still don't even know who that person is. Come on, Oda, just tell us already. Who is that person? Is it Blackbeard? Is it a high-ranking marine? Or is it a pirate we haven't seen yet? It must be someone which Karibo can sell this knowledge to, because the way he says it, it almost sounds like this will bring him enormous profit. Granted, it's not confirmed if he will get profit, but this is high-class information and extremely dangerous information. Selling this to the right person, that will spell ultimate despair. And I'm trying to figure out just who would benefit from this. Well, technically everyone. But who of the real danger category would benefit from knowing all of this? And the only ones I can think of is either Blackbeard or Akainu. Or someone, or another marine. Because if the marines knew about this, can you imagine the despair that will happen? Granted, maybe they won't move, but the celestial dragons, the Gorosei, they would also want to know this. Although it's very implication that they already know. Especially Emu, so just tell us already. Then we see a scene of Momo wanted to have some teaching with Zoro, but they have already left. And then we see the fact that the Kid Pirates, the Heart Pirates, and the Straw Pirates are all going to leave on the same day. The alliance between Law, which has spawned over a decade, has now officially ended. Kit and Luffy wanted to go both the Middle East, while Law wanted to go the Northeast, which he felt like is farthest away. Of course, Usopp just get pissed off because they're equally dangerous. So they just do some straws, which the fact that is the fact that Kid gets the East, while the other one, that Luffy gets the other one. And of course he mocks a little bit Kid by saying that he's a pirate king now. And then we see another reason why Kid was so pissed off. And this is also pissing me off ever since I saw it. Is the fact that he's more pissed off the fact that Buggy has been named a Four Emperors. And I agree with that. It pissed me off so very much to see that. It doesn't make sense. But it does make sense. It doesn't make sense because Buggy is weak, is pathetic, and a lot of these people know that. But it also makes sense because this is just how it happens to Buggy. Everything is just so lucky with him. Or suffering from success, as you can say it. But the biggest change is the fact that it seems that Buggy has entered an alliance with Crocodile and Mihawk of all people. Creating something called Cross Guild, who is hunting Marines, who has added bounties on Marines' head. Granted, that would make him a threat. Because now the Marines are in danger of being hunted by people who are greedy and pirates wanting something like more. And this could very well be his revenge for having lost its Shibukai status. But it also begs the question of why would Crocodile and Mihawk, because a lot of people lampshade this in the chapter, why would they join Buggy? They know he is weak and pathetic. Crocodile has even said it himself. When he heard that Buggy was a cabin boy of Roger Clyde, he asked, how can someone so weak have become like that? And Mihawk knows also that Buggy is a joke. Granted, his art may not actually be able to cut Buggy, but it's not been confirmed that they have used Haki during that time. But it's even more surprising to me is the fact that Luffy agrees that this is strange. I mean, he knows that Buggy is a moron. Yes, that makes a little bit sense, but Huh. He of all people saying that this also doesn't make sense? Something has happened, we don't know what. And then we get to the other big part of the fact that Law gives a copy of Kaido's pornograph to Kid because after all he has earned it. And then we get a big bombshell that somehow, Kid had gotten big mumps. Huh? Since when? Since when F did he get that? Brûlé implied that Big Mom didn't even pay any attention to Kid or the other invaders of her territory. But Kid did say that he clashed with a commander, and now he says that he took a pornograph off a commander. So, elaborate, Uda. Quit leaving us with these half-assed questions. Oh, I drooled. That was disgusting. Then they mention a man with a burning scar that may actually have any implications to the One Piece. And finally, the chapter ends with the fact that Momo calls out to Yamato, who is now standing on the roof, as Yamato declares that Yamato is now going to go out to sea and live as Kosuke Oden, joining the crew of Straw Hats. And that has me the biggest upset of all. Yamato doesn't deserve to be a Straw Hat! Yamato's character is such a big complex of everything that if you want Yamato to join the Straw Hats, at least confirm it in the manga, Oda. What gender is Yamato identifying as? Quit leaving us with these half-assed questions. Even though it implicates that Yamato identifies as a man, can you at least just tell us already? Or just bring Ivankov or anything like that. If you're gonna have that sort of character around, then bring us that thing. Yamato doesn't want... I feel like Yamato shouldn't join the Straw Hat because Yamato's own character is not even sure. I am Kosuke Oden. I am Yamato. I am the son of Kaido. Can you just for once bring me the question on who is Yamato? In fact, can't Luffy just ask Yamato's self of who are you? And don't say you are Kosuke Oden. And don't say you are the son of Kaido. I want to know who you are, Yamabro or Yamato, whatever. So... but it seems that way. Oda, for some very twisted reason, likes Yamato more than he likes Keroto. He hasn't paid attention to fans voting for her forever. Although it does implicate that Keroto is only popular outside of Japan, while Yamato is popular inside of Japan. Granted, Yamato is popular outside of Japan too. But that may be an indication on why Yamato has become more helpful than Keroto. So yeah, I am greatly upset by this. Yamato joining the Straw Hat made much more sense if Yamato was true to Yamato's self. But Keroto joining would have been a lot more sense because Keroto knows who she is. And she could have inherited Pedro's will by knowing that she wants to follow the dawn of the world. But that doesn't happen. So when I said that Yamato made a lot more sense, I actually slurred my word. I mean Keroto in that scenario. But alas, that's not gonna happen. Because it seems that Yamato is gonna join and Keroto is gonna be sidelined. Yes, because Oda hates Keroto. So give me your thoughts, if you have any.